Hello, welcome back to another virtual lesson here at our Goodlettsville Middle School online virtual learning 2.0. Today we're going to continue on with our shapes, both finding the area of them as well as graphing them. Today we're going to go ahead and graph polygons. We've spent some time so far this year graphing. It's going to look very similar. We're going to be on the coordinate plane, only this time instead of plotting individual points, we're going to be drawing shapes. So instead of drawing just points on our coordinate plane, we're going to instead start plotting out shapes. But guess what? Each corner in a polygon is just a point. So all we're going to do is graph multiple points. Now you're probably asking, Mr. Spencer, what's a polygon? I've heard of squares, triangles, rhombuses, trapezoids, but what's a polygon? Well, don't worry. Super simple. A polygon is just any closed shape with only straight sides. So it's any sort of shape as long as all the sides touch and the sides are only straight. So there's a couple of things that we can know about this. Anywhere between 3 and unlimited number of sides. Anywhere between 3 to unlimited sides. But there can't be any curves. So that's why a circle is not a polygon, and anything that has any sort of curve to it is not. So I'm going to give us 6 shapes, and you pause it here, see if you can figure out which ones are polygons and which ones are not. All right, so pause it here. Here are your 6 shapes. I'm going to get my pens out of the way, and unpause when you think you're good. Awesome. So you've picked out whether you think each shape is a polygon or not. Sorry, that last one wasn't there. So if you need to change your answer to this one here, I thought it was hidden down beneath my menu bar. Super sorry about that. If you need to change this one, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, we're going to begin. So this first one, there are 3 sides. None of them are curves. And they all touch. So this one is, yes, a polygon. All right. The second one, there are 4 sides. All 4 sides are straight. But see this gap here? They don't quite touch. So it is not a polygon, because there's that space there. All right, moving on to our third shape. Every side we see is straight. There are no gaps, and there's between 3 and an unlimited number of sides. So yep, that one is absolutely a polygon. Wow, this next one looks really tricky. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did I count that right? Or 11 sides, sorry, I can't count. 11 sides, but none of them are rounded, and they touch. There are no gaps. So we're going to say yes, that is. Although looking at it now, I see that those don't quite touch, so if you said it wasn't, that's okay too. I'm going to say it was because I thought those touched. If you said they don't, that's okay. Moving on to our 5th shape, we've got this half a circle. Oh, I just did half of a circle. I know circles are round, circles are curved. So that one right away is not going to be a polygon. And then we've got this one here. That's just a bunch of circles all together, and there's a little gap there. Even if we don't count that gap, there's lots of curves. Nope, that one's not a polygon. Great job. I hope you got most of those. If not, I hope you saw where we thought a little bit differently. Now it's time to graph them. We're going to focus today just on graphing triangles and squares. If you're like me and don't have any graph paper at home, that's all right. You'll see I'm in a notebook today because there are lines. It's a little hard to see the lines on the screen. Very sorry about that. Got some funky lighting. So it's going to be super simple. We're always going to start, I had a ruler. It's up here. We're going to start with our y-axis and our x-axis. I'm going to make those a different color just so I can tell where they are. You don't have to, especially if you're working in pencil. Remember, our y-axis goes up and down. Our x-axis goes left to right. We draw the arrows on because they go on forever. And now I'm going to use my horizontal lines on my notebook paper as my lines. So all I need to do is add in some vertical lines. I'm going to try and space them out about as much as they were. I'm going to go on both sides of our y-axis, and so you don't have to watch me do this. I've already got them drawn here. I've got my y-axis, my x-axis. If you don't want to spend time drawing it, that's completely okay. As long as you can go out and up or out and then down. I'm going to draw it so we can all see clearly where we're graphing things. I'm going to zoom out, not in. Whoops. And then we're going to jump into graphing this triangle. So our problem just says graph the triangle with the points 3, 4, 0, 7, and 1, negative 3. I'm going to do this in purple just like our question. So our first point is 3, 4. So I'm going to always start at the origin. Remember, that's our point that is 0, 0. Every point's going to start in the origin, then we're going to move left or right, and then up or down. So positive goes this way, to the right, negative goes to the left, positive is up, and negative is down. All right, so we're going to go 3 right for this first point, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Our second point is 0, 7, so 0 left or right, and then 7 up because 7 is positive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And our third point is 1, negative 3. So always starting at the origin, going right 1 because 1's positive. And our y is negative, negative 3, 2, 3. So we've graphed 3 points. The triangle has 3 sides, which has 3 points. At this point, all we need to do is connect them. If you don't have a ruler, you can do this by hand, or you can use the side of a book. I always use my checkbook, and then I found this ruler. And there we go. That is our triangle on the coordinate plane. If you want to label each of the points, we can. This first one was 3, 4. The second one was 0, 7. The third one was 1, negative 3. All right, now our second problem we're going to do on the same graph paper because I don't want to have to draw a lot of graphs. So our second one says graph the rectangle with the points negative 4, 2, negative 4, 5, negative 6, 5, and negative 6, 2. Now our rectangle has 4 points because there's 4 corners on a rectangle. All right, so our first point, negative 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going left because it's negative, and up 2 because the 2 is positive. Then we're going to go negative 4, always starting at the origin at 0, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. And up 5 because the 5 is positive. Our y value, the 5, is positive. Moving on to our third point, we have negative 6, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up 5. Negative 6, 2. We have 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. All we have to do is connect the 4 sides. Awesome. There we go. We've got 2 shapes. We're ready to go. We're going to end up what you'll see some of on IXL when you go to practice. You're going to see the case where it says graph the rectangle with the points, and then it only gives you 3 points. You know for a rectangle you need 4 points. So I'm going to go ahead and just graph out these 3 points. 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 0. So I have these 3 points. And we know a rectangle has 4 points and 4 right angles. So we have a right angle here. And we need to figure out what point we can put to have another right angle. It's going to be right here. We can find that to be the point 1, 2, and then 0 up or down. So our point 2, 0 is the first point because it makes a rectangle. You go ahead and try this last one down here on the bottom. It'll pull back up in just a second. Hopefully. There we go. All right, try that one down at the bottom. The points -2, 5, -4, 5, and then -4, -1. And you go ahead and try and find that fourth point and then connect that. Awesome. Great job. We've got some practice in IXL right underneath this video lesson on Schoology. And once you do that, come on back for a video lesson on area of funky shapes, or compound shapes if we want to use the math term. Awesome. See you soon.